Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm proud to give you all a walk around and tour of this 2024 Mazda CX-50 Premium Plus. The Premium Plus is going to be one of the more popular trim levels of the CX-50, and this one is no different. The Premium Plus also does come standard with features such as 20-inch wheels, an active driving display, as well as auto-dimming mirrors and auto-folding mirrors. With that being said, a huge thank you to Dorado Mazda here in McKinney, Texas for giving me some time with this one today. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. As you can see, this vehicle does come with a very nice key fob, and as you can see, it does give you four main functions, such as your lock, unlock, your trunk release, as well as your panic button. But before we get to that, of course, let's take a look at the front of the vehicle. As you can see, it has a very nice and unique grille, which is pretty nice. And of course, it does come standard with Mazda's adaptive cruise control, or as Mazda refers to it as, Mazda Radar Cruise Control. With that being said, as you can see, this one here definitely looks nice in this blue, which is very impressive. Kind of a deep blue, like a blue that you'll see in the river, or think of like water, you know, if you go to the beach, clear, crisp water. That's what I think about when I see this color right here. As you can see, we have 20-inch unique wheels on Goodyear Eagle Towing tires. These are 245 45R20s all the way around. Coming up to the door, as you can see, this vehicle does have a smart key access system, which allows you to get in and out of the vehicle pretty easily. Of course, with having the key fob in your pocket, just come up to the door handle, the vehicle will unlock and the mirrors will fold out. And then when you want to lock the vehicle, all you have to do is put your hand right here. The vehicle will lock and the mirror will fold back in. The exterior color of this one is known as Ingot Blue Metallic, with the black and brown leather interior. Starting off here on the door panel, as you can see, we do have some hard touch plastic material as expected up here, but it does become soft as you come down here to the actual panel itself. You have some brown stitching here which complements the black interior quite nicely. You also have an aluminum door handle, your unlock and lock switches there, as well as some controls such as your adjustments for your power mirrors, as well as to fold them in or fold them out, your power windows, as well as your child lock switch right there. You also have a little storage area right here where you can put some small items, as well as a small cup holder. And as you can see, this vehicle does also come with power recline and power lumbar. To start the vehicle, just make sure you have the key fob on you, put your foot on the brake, and hit the button to go. Very nice. This vehicle, as you can see, does come with three main gauges. Starting off on your left, you're going to have your tachometer. In the middle is going to be where your speedometer is. And to your right, you're going to have two other little gauges, such as your coolant temperature, as well as your fuel range. Of course, zooming back out, we do have a very nice leather-wrapped steering wheel, which feels very good on the hands. You also do have some controls on the left, as well as on the right sides. Left is going to house controls for your audio, as well as a source button here for the audio as well, so you can seek a track or go back a track if you want. You also have hands-free Bluetooth and telephone. You have an info button right there. And then to the right, you do have your adaptive cruise control set up here, as well as to set regular cruise control. And of course, this is an extra safety system button right there. But as you can see, we're going to zoom back into the three gauges so we can take a look at this middle screen. So as you can see, it's displaying your current speed as well as an indication saying that it is low on fuel. You're going to have an icon of the vehicle as well as your gear selection at the bottom. It's going to display now your speedometer. And then, of course, you're going to see the speedometer with the needle. To the left of the speedometer, you're going to have your current odometer reading as well as your average fuel economy. And to your right is going to be your exterior temperature as well as your miles to empty. Coming over here, we're going to have ourselves a 10.25-inch display, which is very, very unique and very nice to see. Of course, what's currently showing right now is going to be your audio, so AM, FM in this case, or XM radio. You're also going to have your current time to your right, as well as some other icons down at the bottom. But with that said, we're going to go through this system pretty comprehensively, so we're going to go to the home button, and we're going to use this little knob right down here to kind of go through everything that you need to know about the CX-50. So, starting off here, we're going to start off with information. And this is going to be where we see your fuel efficiency monitor, where it monitors fuel efficiency in real time and view fuel efficiency history. A vehicle status monitor views important vehicle maintenance messages, information, and intervals. Entertainment is where we were just on, so of course that's going to be where you'll have your AM radio, FM radio, or Sirius XM radio. Communication is going to be for your Bluetooth, so if you want to connect your device to the Bluetooth system in the vehicle, you can do that. Navigation. As you can see, this one does not have the SD card present, so we can't actually see the nav system itself. As it says here, this system is navigation ready. To add navigation, insert a Mazda navigation SD card. Navigation SD cards are available from your dealer as an accessory. Go back, and then we go to settings. So settings, of course, is going to give you a rundown of everything that you can change up, adjust, all that stuff. So it's basically a comprehensive look of the system itself in general. So starting off here with in-vehicle displays is going to configure settings and content for all in-vehicle displays. So if you click on that, you can see you can adjust the active driving display, whether you want that on or off. Your center display, of course, adjusts the display brightness, contrast, and more. And then your instrument cluster display selects the content shown on the instrument cluster, so you can even edit that as well if you want to. Coming down to sound settings, that of course configures the in-vehicle listening experience. That's going to give you a chance to adjust the audio. As you can see, it adjusts the in-vehicle listening experience. The vehicle notification and warning volume, which helps to adjust the alert volume for notifications and warnings. And then system button volume, which is going to be the knob that I'm actually using to go through this setup here, sets the confirmation volume level for commander and steering wheel controls. Pretty cool to see. Safety settings configure safety and driver assistance features. So we're going to have things such as your driver assistance system. So it's going to go more into more detail. You're going to have Mazda's radar cruise control, your traffic sign speed limit sync. You can sync that. Speed limit sync offset, audible cruise confirmation, which enables audible tones when interacting with cruise control. A traffic sign recognition system, which in this case, you cannot change settings as this function is used by a related safety feature. Your speed limit sign alert selects the desired notification type for posted speed limit sign alerts. Your speed limit sign thresholds, which sets the threshold for alert notifications when the posted speed limit is exceeded. So it's basically going to warn you, saying you might want to slow down. Or in this case, you can restore them back to your factory settings. Safety alerts configures alert notifications used for iActive Send safety features. So you're going to get your usual things here, such as your cross traffic alert, lane departure warning system, a blind spot monitoring system, vehicle exit warning, and of course you can restore your factory settings as well. Collision avoidance configures iActive Send collision avoidance features. That of course is going to give you lane keeping assist, your smart brake support, which of course helps to alert you and intervene when a collision is imminent, as well as the timing of that alert. And of course it also has a head-on collision mitigation function, which enables automatic emergency braking intervention when a head-on collision is imminent, or in this case, meaning possible. Emergency lane keeping enables emergency lane keeping to intervene when a collision is imminent. Road keep assist, head-on collision avoidance assist, and of course you can restore your factory settings if you want. Coming down to driver attention alert, configures the driver attention alert setting. That of course is going to kind of let you know, hey, do you need to take a rest? You need to stop off to get a cup of coffee to kind of relax a little bit. Basically, it says here, enables alert notifications when inattentive or fatigue driving is detected. So basically, like what I just said, if you feel, a bit more lagged, if you're tired, if you want to take a break, or if you're not paying attention to the road and you're paying attention to something else, it's going to give you that heads up saying, hey, you might want to keep your eyes on the road. And of course, you can restore those factory settings if you want. Coming down here below, you do have also your pedal misuse alert, which alerts the driver when the accelerator and brake pedals are depressed simultaneously. So basically, it tells you what it's going to do if you were to, let's say, put your foot on the accelerator and brake pedals at the same time. So important to have that on. Vehicle settings configures vehicle's convenience features, and that of course is going to give you different ways to customize, doors, exterior lighting, interior lighting. You can turn on and off your rain sensing wipers, your automatic folding mirrors, your turn signals, your rear window defogger. You can automatically shut that off or shut it on if you want to. Occupant comfort, which links the operation of selected occupant comfort features with the automatic climate control. Rear seat alert, which of course gives you the interior notification, basically when you shut the vehicle off, as well as a fuel door lock delay. So basically, what that means is that it will delay you even starting to drive off from a gas station, or let's say you mistakenly open up the fuel door and the fuel door is, still open. So it's going to warn you saying, hey, you might want to go ahead and turn that off. But in Mazda's setup, it says here, sets length of delay until fuel doors locked after vehicle is locked. So a little different from my explanation, but it kind of gives you a very good reason to actually make sure your fuel door is actually closed. Connectivity settings configures Bluetooth and other device connectivity settings. So you're going to be able to have the chance to connect to your Bluetooth and phone. You get a chance to set that up. Wi-Fi hotspot, you can set up a Wi-Fi hotspot in here. Wi-Fi client settings, which is pretty unique. It enables the system to connect to a Wi-Fi hotspot, as well as advanced settings if you want to go into that as well. So that's going to give you enabled automatic Wi-Fi connection, Wi-Fi network connection priority. You can forget a Wi-Fi network, so you can, forget the Wi-Fi network from what you had set up. And then of course, you can restore those factory settings as well. And then wireless charging, you can turn that on or off. Basically, that's what that means. And then of course, system settings down here configures language, time, and other general settings. So as you can see here, as we go to the system settings menu, you're going to have a way to adjust your clock, voice recognition, language, home region, temperature, distance and speed, whether you want that miles per hour or kilometers an hour, and stuff like that. Pressure, that's going to be in PSI. Your Grace Note database update, so that's going to be pretty cool stuff here. So you get to update all that stuff if you want to as well. Use Grace Note database album art. So basically, if you're playing a song, you're going to see the album of where that song came from. That's pretty cool. Online connectivity enables or disables the vehicle's connected services. Software updates gives you available OTAs or over-the-air updates, which will install for you if you want that to be set up or not. System information displays system software information, so if you're a technical person, you can kind of go into all that stuff if you want, or you can just go and restore all factory settings back to normal from there. And that is it. A comprehensive look of pretty much how the system works through the settings portion. To the right of that, you're going to have your current time, which I know is completely wrong, but it is displaying that it is 8:09 p.m. And then to your far right is whether it's gonna show you whether you have your Android Auto or Apple CarPlay connection enabled in the vehicle. Coming down here below, as you can see, you do have more of that brown stitching here, which looks very nice. And I also do like the fact that right below that, you're going to have your dual zone climate control. You're going to have control for your air conditioning, recycling, to adjust the fan speed, of course, your positioning of the air, front and rear defrost. And then right down here, you're going to have your ventilated and heated front and front passenger seating right there, as well as your hazard button right there. And then coming right down here, you're going to have a USB port right in here, and then a wireless charging port there. You're going to have 2 cup holders. And as we kind of zoom out a little bit, this vehicle does come with an 8-speed automatic transmission. Put the vehicle into reverse, it does give you a nice backup camera. And overall, the graphic of it is nice. The quality is pretty good. Coming right below that, of course, you're going to have your MI drive system, which of course is going to be for your driving mode. So as you come up here to the screen, as you can see, once we initiate the MI drive modes, you're going to have normal, sport, and of course it's going to change the gauge as well, and then off-road, which as you can see also changes the look of the speedometer as well, which looks pretty cool. And then back to normal. With that said, you do have your electronic parking brake. You do have your auto hold button right there. You're going to have the little control knob that we were just using to go over the infotainment system, followed by some shortcut buttons such as navigation, a back button, a home button, and a audio button. Your favorites button is right here, followed by a volume knob where you can adjust the volume, or just tap this button down here to actually turn the audio off. And then coming over here, you do have a split glove compartment, decent amount of storage, as well as 2 USB-C ports. Coming up here, as you can see, you do have your standard mirror with your 3 garage home link system. Of course, you can pair up to 3 garages with that. You do have a sunglass holder right here, which is pretty cool. You're going to have your visor right here as well, which is nice, as well as a LED light right there. Coming up here, you do have a sunroof, as you can see. And then coming over here, you do have your adjustment for that sunroof right here, followed by the controls for the lights. And with that said, guys, that's pretty much about it as far as the dash is concerned. And then one last thing over here, you do have some extra buttons. This is going to be your traction control button. You can turn it on or off. You can turn off the safety feature here if you want to. And then you have your 2-person memory seating here, followed by this button here, which opens the cargo area. And then down there is going to be for your hood. So with that being said, let's go ahead and check out the rest of this vehicle. That noise that you're hearing right now lets you know that the key has left the detection of the vehicle. As you can see, materials do carry over into the back. The brown leather stitching here looks really, really nice on in the back seats. You do have 2 rear vents, 2 USB-C ports at the very bottom. You do have a rear seat pocket behind the front passenger, as well as a pad armrest with 2 cup holders. You have your gas cap right here. Coming to the back, as you can see, you do have LED taillights, which as you can see look really nice, as well as your CX-50 and all-wheel drive badges to your left, and Sky Active G badging to the right, and your dual exhaust tips at the very bottom. You also have an automatic trunk. Coming into the cargo area, as you can see, you do have a couple of things in here. In this case being the carpeted floor mats. With the way that this is set up right now, you're looking at around 31.4 cubic feet of cargo space, which is pretty impressive. However, you can fold these seats down, as you can see, and when you do that, it will increase cargo space to 56.3 cubic feet, making it pretty reasonable for a mid-size SUV. Now, as you can see, you do have LED lighting right here, which is pretty nice and helpful. And as we come underneath here, you are going to have your spare tire. And then once you're finished, tap this button right here to close the cargo area. This button here is to close the cargo area as well as to lock the entire vehicle. You do have black colored mirrors, which are pretty cool. As you can see, this vehicle does come with Mazda's standard Skyactiv G 4-cylinder. It's a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. It produces 187 horsepower and 185 pound-feet of torque. Pretty impressive, and of course, as you can hear, the vehicle is running smoothly. It is going to be all-wheel drive, and fuel economy is pretty efficient, coming in at 23 city and 29 highway. And as you can see, LED daytime running lights, as well as LED headlamps, which are pretty cool. And then last but not least, guys, as you can see here, I'm going to try and kind of go through this kind of quickly because it's a little bright out. But as you can see, this is the 2025, not a 24, but a 2025 Mazda CX-50. Is the 2.5S Premium Plus in Ingot Blue Metallic with the black and brown leather interior. As you can see, this is what the vehicle comes like standard. And then coming down below, you do have your black lug nuts and black wheel locks for $225. That's it as far as accessories are concerned, but it does have that Premium Plus package. So what does that entail? It entails the 20-inch alloy wheels, which of course are 245/45 R20s. You do have 6-way power passenger seat. You have ventilated front seats. You have leather trim seats. You have driver's seat memory with 2 positions. You're going to have that active driving display. You're going to have the power folding side mirrors, the auto dimming rear view mirror with HomeLink, as well as the black metal paint trim inserts. With that being said, total vehicle and options comes out to $37,725, and with a delivery, processing, and handling fee of $1,420, the total MSRP for this model is $39,145. And then coming over here, I was a little off with fuel economy, but it's still pretty fuel efficient, coming in at 25 city, 31 highway, and 28 combined on premium gas. Well, guys, this has been very entertaining, and I'm glad I got a chance to do another CX-50, because to me, the CX-50 has now become just as popular as the CX-5. And there's no shame in that, because for a long time, the CX-5 has had all the glory, but now that has all been spread to the different CX models, such as the CX-50, the CX-70, the CX-30, which is the smallest offering, and of course, the big CX-90. But whichever one you go for, you are going to be getting a really good Mazda product, and one that is very reliable. So with that being said, guys, that's going to conclude this walk around and tour of the 2025 Mazda CX-50 2.5S Premium Plus in Ingot Blue Metallic with the black and brown leather interior. With that said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.